Hey guys, let's talk about rectangles and squares. I'm putting them together because a square is just a kind of rectangle. So if you don't know, a square is a shape that is exactly the same on four sides. So this side, and this side, and this side, and this side are all the same. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners to go with their 4 sides. So a square is when they're exactly the same. But look at my piece of paper. My piece of paper is shorter on this side and longer on the top and bottom. Focus, camera. Thank you. So this piece of paper is a rectangle shape, whereas this box has a square side. What else could be rectangles or squares? Books are rectangle or square shaped. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boxes that you get things in, like crayons. 1, 2, 3, 4. What about in here? One, 2, 3, 4. Rectangle. And then I've got a fun one. What about this thing? Look at my little robot. Now my little robot doesn't just have squares and rectangles, but his eye, 1, 2, 3, 4, is a square. So what kind of things can we draw with squares and rectangles? Well, let's practice drawing some first. When you draw a square, you need to start with a straight line. So let's try that out. After you've got your straight line, you need to make one from the top or the bottom of it. Let's start at the top. Now we're going to make one that goes down. Make sure your pencil's right here. Now if you're following along, all you gotta do is finish the bottom. And there you go, you've got a square. If your lines weren't quite perfect, you might have a rectangle. That's okay. Let's try to make a rectangle on purpose. Again, we need a straight up and down line. This time, let's make our side-to-side line long. Don't go crazy now, but longer. Now we make another line that matches our first one. And then finish. So we've got a square and a rectangle. We can also make a tall rectangle. See, I have a straight line here that's up and down. Go ahead and draw that line. Then go to the top of it. And make a line across. Go to the bottom of it and try to make that exact same line. Now go to the edge of this one. Put your pencil right here. And go down to finish your rectangle. Great! So you can make lots of squares and rectangles, and you can change the size of the sides, but as long as it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, it's going to be a square or a rectangle. Okay? So let's think about what we can draw using squares and rectangles. I've got a good one for this square. Go to the top corner and go up into the middle. Go to the other corner on the top and go up to meet the one you just made. Boop. What kind of shape did we make? Well, we made a triangle. And a triangle on top of a square makes a house shape. Let's add some details to make it a nice house. If we put a rectangle inside, 1, 2, 3. Now we've got a door. And if we put some squares, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get some windows. Let's make another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have a house. That's pretty cool. What could we make out of a rectangle? Let's put some circles on the bottom. Now what does it look like? It could be a bus. Let's add some windows to make it look like a bus. Start right here. And we're going to go over. Buses have more windows than that, though. Let's make some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! So a long rectangle can be a bus. What about this tall rectangle? Well, there's something you can do by putting squares and rectangles together that's fun. Remember I showed you my little robot? If you make imaginary robots and machines, you can make them out of squares and rectangles. So let's make a line right here. This part's going to be the robot's head, and this part's going to be the robot's body. So on the robot's head, let's put 2 circles. Now it has eyes. Let's make a rectangle for its mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now our robot looks kind of silly because he doesn't have any arms and legs. So let's add some for our robot to look more like he can walk around. So I'm going to make a curve for an arm. Start right here on the body and go up. Now I'll go just a little bit under that one you made and do the exact same thing again. Up. See how they match perfectly? Now let's give him a little square for a hand. Getting good at drawing squares now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go over to the other side and give him another arm. This time we're going to make it go down. And right under there. Down match. Okay, let's make a square for his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our robot still doesn't have any legs. Let's add him some. So start on the bottom of his body and make a line that goes down for however long you want his legs to be. Now we'll start at the bottom and go over just a little bit, not too far. And then we'll go back up to his body. Now right now that just looks like one leg. So we're going to go in the middle and make a line that goes up. And guys, he doesn't have any feet. Let's put some feet on him. Start at the bottom of his leg, go over, then go down, and back over until we get to where his legs are. And after you got that, you can go back up, and one of his feet's finished. Let's do the other foot. Start at the bottom of his leg, go over, and down, across, and we already got a line there, so we don't have to put another one. Now for fun, how about we add some details to our robot? Let's go on his head and add some antennas. So I'm going to make 2 lines on his head. On the ends of those lines, I'm going to put some circles. 1, 2. On his body, we can put some buttons. Let's make like a keypad, you know, when you type in numbers. So we'll go with a square, like we've been practicing. Let's make it look like it's made of buttons. We're going to put a line straight through the middle. And the other way. Maybe a big circle button. Awesome. So you can fill your page up with squares and rectangles and turn them into things like robots, cars, houses, buildings, books, bookshelves, boxes, blocks. There's so many things that you can draw using squares and rectangles. So try it out and practice. Have fun. Bye.